call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Charles Oliveira takes on Mateusz Gamrot this Saturday at UFC Fight Night, Rio de Janeiro. And this is a good matchup between these two. Put together rather quickly, I would say. Charles Oliveira was supposed to be taking on Rafael Fiziev in his return fight. But Fiziev had to pull out, so now he's taking on Mateusz Gamrot on short notice, which is good because Oliveira's coming off of that vicious knockout against Rio de Janeiro back in June. Got put out cold in the first round. I was concerned. A lot of people were concerned with him coming back against a guy like Fiziev, who also has tons of power and can put you out. Wasn't the best decision, I would say, from a career perspective. Hopping back in there, what is that? 3 months later against a guy like Fiziev. So I think it's good. I think it's good that Charles Oliveira's getting in there with Gamrot, who isn't the biggest power puncher in the world, who's more of a grappler guy. I don't think he's going to have to be that concerned about the offense on the feet coming his way, and can put into practice his elite grappling skill and his jiu-jitsu skills. He's definitely not the better wrestler in this one. From a pure wrestling takedown perspective, Mateusz Gamrot's definitely the better grappler, but I would say Charles Oliveira has the better jiu-jitsu, better scrambles, better sweeps, better submission attempts and attacks for sure in this one. So going to be a good fight. I'm going to go Charles Oliveira though. I think Charles is very dangerous everywhere the fight goes. Again, the only gap that he's going to be facing in this fight is the wrestling, but I think he's got the better jiu-jitsu, got the more technical stand-up, more power in the feet. I think he's got definitely more finishing potential wherever the fight goes. So I just think Gamrot, he's not going to be able to hurt Oliveira on the feet, in my opinion. His way to win this fight is to shoot for takedowns, try to hold him onto the ground, win positions, and win a 5-round decision. But Charles Oliveira is very hard to keep on the ground. He was the one with a full training camp going into this one to go five rounds, and he can put your lights out any second on the feet or on the ground. He can catch you if he finds you sleeping on the ground. So I'm going to go Charles Oliveira to get this one done. I think that he'll have really good forward pressure against Mateusz Gamrot. We saw that even in the Rio de Janeiro fight, pushing forward, putting offense out there. The same with Arman Tsarukyan, and I think he'll have success keeping Mateusz on his heels. Mateusz, I don't think he's really going to threaten him, like I said, with the feet. Or with the hands on the feet. I think that Oliveira is the better, more technical striker. I don't think Gamrot's going to be the one to test his chin in this fight, honestly. Oliveira's going to have a 3.5-inch reach advantage, and I really do think that the threat of the guillotines and the knees up the middle and just the consequences coming his way shooting on somebody like Charles Oliveira, who's going to kind of make you pay either via fighting off submissions or knees, elbows, strikes as you come in. And I don't think Gamrot's going to be able to really time the takedowns that he wants to against Oliveira, who's going to be the one pushing forward, looking to land damaging strikes because he's not really afraid of what's coming back his way. But I think Gamrot will eventually get his takedowns. He likes to shoot that head on the outside single, which I think is a great opportunity for Oliveira to look for his guillotines, front choke series, darces, things like that. Snap him down to north-south position and work his back takes and his chokes from there. But Oliveira does throw a lot of kicks. I could see Gamrot catching kicks. That's how he gets a lot of his takedowns too in his previous fights. But I think that the pressure and the pace of Gamrot, I don't know if that's really going to be as effective against somebody like Oliveira, who does have the ability to stay safe on bottom, threaten with his sweeps. And Gamrot taking this on short notice. He's usually the guy with the gas tank, the motor, pushing a high pace, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do that in this one, especially considering it's 5 rounds, and maybe he's got to really kind of pace himself a little bit more in this one, knowing that Charles Oliveira, you really got to get him out of there to beat him. You got to finish him, put him out, or else he's just going to keep coming. He's, like I said, always dangerous, always able to find a submission or a knockout, even if he's been hurt or if he's not doing the greatest in the fight. So I think that Oliveira's guard game, his ability to scramble and sweep, get back up to his feet, where I think he's going to have the definite advantage there. I think that's going to be the biggest thing in this fight is being able to kind of counter and nullify what Gamrot does best, and to keep it on the feet where he's got the definite advantage in terms of striking. He's the one who's had the full camp, like I said. Granted, he was training for Rafael Fiziev, who is the complete opposite of Gamrot. you know, a striker not looking to go to the ground at all, whereas Gamrot's looking to kind of just use his boxing to open up his takedown game. But I don't know if Gamrot is going to be able to keep up the pace and the tenacity that he's going to need to beat somebody like Charles Oliveira. I just don't see him being able to hold him down for 5 whole rounds. I think that eventually Charles is going to be able to get to the feet and land a lot of damage, maybe tire him out, finally catch him in a choke, something like that. But you know, Oliveira can roll for legs. He can you know, get sweeps, and he can control on top in the fight as well. So I just don't think Charles is really going to be there to respect the stand up coming his way from Gamrot, who even though he did just get chinned, I don't think that Gamrot has the versatility and the tools on the feet to really hurt somebody like Charles. He's really primarily just a boxer who kind of uses his hands to open up his takedowns. But I just see Charles kind of throwing teep kicks, keeping him at bay, feinting knees to deter the takedowns, digging underhooks for the clinch, beating him up in the clinch, and just keeping Gamrot on his heels for the majority of the fight, making it hard for him to shoot, making him kind of have to take bad shots, panic shoot at times, and just getting kind of frustrated and desperate. So I'm going to go with Charles Oliveira to get this one done. I don't think that, I know that a lot of people are counting him out, maybe saying that he's out of his prime. But if you look back, you know, he's really only lost to Islam and Ilya and Arman. So 3 of the best guys in the division. I get that Mateusz is elite, but he is kind of a one-trick pony. If you can defend the takedowns, if you can get back up to your feet, make him work, and beat him up on the feet, maybe do more damage there, you can beat somebody like Mateusz Gamrot, especially taking this on short notice. So I'm going to go with Charles Oliveira to get this one done. I think that he can hurt Gamrot on the feet. I think he can threaten with submissions on the ground, and I think he gets this one done, not having to worry about the power coming his way from Mateusz Gamrot, just really having to focus on the takedowns and kind of mitigating those, and, you know, either reversing on the ground or getting back up to your feet. But I'm going to go Charles Oliveira to get this one done. Thanks.